All right, if you're a dog owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You got a house full of people, but your dog? Well, your dog has chosen one person to be their shadow, following them from room to room. It's sweet, for sure, but is it really just about who sneaks them the most table scraps? Today, we're going to dig into the science and find out what's really going on inside that furry little head.
So yeah, this is the big question, right? Why does your dog seem to play favorites? You probably have your own theories, but let me tell you, the real science behind it is way more interesting than just simple affection.
We all fall for the myth, right? We think it's just about belly rubs and treats. But the science? Oh, the science tells a completely different story. It's not about affection. It's about prediction and information. Okay, so first things first, let's just go ahead and bust that favorite human myth wide open. The idea that your dog's loyalty is just some sentimental choice, well, it just doesn't line up with what researchers are seeing. You see, when your dog is trailing you around the house, they're not just being clingy. They're actually running a constant, pretty sophisticated calculation in their head. It's a survival strategy, and it's all about managing information in the smartest way possible.
This whole calculation is built around something scientists call the predictability factor. It just means your dog is naturally drawn to the person who is the most consistent, most reliable source of important stuff happening. And the key here is it is not random.
The whole process is actually fascinating. Your dog is basically a little data analyst. They're constantly watching everyone, calculating what scientists call the odds of relevance, like who's most likely to grab the leash or head for the front door. And then they literally follow the best odds. They're just playing the percentages, sticking with the person most likely to make something interesting happen.
But wait, it goes so much deeper than just predicting when the next walk is. Your dog is using you as a source of information in a much more profound way. And this brings us to a really key concept, referential looking. Studies have shown that when a dog comes across something new or kind of confusing, like a weird-looking recycling bin on the sidewalk or a strange noise, their first instinct is to look right at their human's face to see how they're reacting.
In that split second, they're basically asking you questions. Hey, is this thing safe? Was that sound a threat? Should I be worried right now? If you're calm, they relax. If you look stressed, they get on high alert. They are literally using your emotional state to figure out how they should behave.
I mean, think about it like this. You are their living, breathing encyclopedia for a very confusing world. You are their number one source for how to navigate reality. And to keep that connection open, to be able to check in with their encyclopedia, well, they've got to keep you in their sights. That's why they follow you.
And this all creates what scientists call the secure base effect. Your presence isn't a crutch for them, it's a launch pad. It actually boosts your dog's confidence and makes the world feel like a safer place for them to explore and figure things out. And we've got hard evidence for this. In lab studies, dogs will work on a tricky puzzle for way longer if their owner's just hanging out in the room. But the second a stranger takes the owner's place, they give up almost immediately. They'll even copy their owner taking a long, inefficient route to a toy just to stay in sync with them. So we've hit on their behavior, and we've talked about how they think. But there is one more layer to this whole thing. And honestly, it's the most fundamental part of all. This intense need to stick by your side, it is literally written into their DNA. This huge breakthrough came pretty recently, back in 2017, from a research team at Princeton. What they found was a variant in a gene called GTF2I. And get this, in humans, this particular gene is linked to being extremely sociable and trusting. And it turns out, our dogs have it too. Now, here's the real kicker. Wolves, their closest ancestors, they don't have this genetic variant. But our domesticated dogs do. This is a massive deal. It means that powerful, deep-seated impulse to stay close to you, to find your presence rewarding, it's a core part of a dog's biological blueprint. So let's put it all together, shall we? It's time to completely reframe what it means when you have that little shadow trailing at your heels all day. It is not neediness. It is not separation anxiety or some kind of weird personality flaw that you need to fix. It is something so much more meaningful than that. It is, and I love this quote directly from the research, the highest compliment the science of animal cognition has to offer. Your dog has watched, they've learned, and they've made a very conscious, calculated decision about you. This is what your dog is trying to tell you every time they choose to follow you.
After collecting months, maybe years of data, they have concluded that you are the most reliable, the most interesting, and the most trusted source of information in their entire world. So, think about your own dog right now. After hearing all this, who have they picked as their most trusted guide? Being that person, it isn't just about love. It's about being the steady, predictable, reliable center of their entire universe.